Questions you may have about how to get started. And joining us now to talk a little bit more about this, Marina Minnick. She's the Solar Programs Administrator at Citizens Utility Board. Hello to you.
Hello, thank you for having me so I can talk about solar today.
It is a pleasure. You know, there's a big push in Illinois for renewable energy, electric vehicles being a part of that, but solar powering some homes is also another part of it. Explain the role that solar power will play in this master plan that the governor has.
Yeah, so Illinois has set forth some really great solar goals right now, and in turn have also created some really great solar incentives in order to meet those goals. So right now, with state and federal incentives combined, consumers can save or cover up to 60% of the total cost of going solar.
So let's talk about, say, solar panels on your house. In a place like Chicago, where we have many cloudy months, how long does it take to break even on that deal? I know it changes by house size and whatnot, but I just wonder what the economics of it are.
Yeah, I would say it is a great investment. Countries like Germany have far less sun than we do, and they have the most solar capacity per capita in the world. So it's definitely worth it. Usually people break even around 5 to 8 years.
5 to 8 years. Are you noticing people are being more interested in maybe solar power for their homes, or does it seem kind of flat right now where you're not getting much traction or hearing much from people about it?
Yeah, I would say solar is really booming right now, especially in Illinois, which is why Citizens Utility Board is actually hosting a group buy program this summer called Grow Solar Chicagoland, where folks can get more affordable solar panels for their roofs, and it kind of provides an easy access point for people who aren't quite sure where to get started with solar. And I'll just give a little plug. You can go to growsolar.org/Chicagoland for more information about that.
So what does the program do? It essentially, you're buying in bulk or what?
Yeah, so the program has a lower base rate, and then there are price breaks set at certain participation benchmarks. So, the more people who join and participate, the greater the savings become for everyone.
You know, I think for a lot of people, it's still one of those topics that they're like, how do I get started? I don't even know where to go for help. What would you tell someone like that who right now maybe is debating whether or not to make a move on this?
Yeah, well, another great thing about the program we're offering is we're really valuing public education on solar. So we are holding free informational sessions called Solar Power Hours all across the area. And there you can go to learn about the program and about the basics of solar, just so that folks can have a very foundational understanding of how it works, and they can be more informed when trying to go solar.
Transforming Illinois. Marina Minnick, we appreciate your time.
Yep, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next for us, an historic day at the French